All right, people, welcome back to
Bomba'to,
the spot where culture meets real talk, laughs, and a little bit of sazon. This is episode 2, Machismo Reloaded, how masculinity in Latino culture is evolving. Today, we're pulling no punches. We're talking about that old school, hombres no lloran vibes, toxic traits, and how Latino masculinity is finally getting a remix, one emotion at a time. But before we dive in, big love to our sponsor, MUUV Hydration, keeping us cool, clean, and hydrated while we unpack generations of baggage. If you're going to break the cycle, at least do it with water that gets you. All right, now let's get into it. First question.
Before we get to the questions, let's introduce the cast, because that was a complaint that we got from the first episode.
Yeah, ¿quiénes son ustedes?
Yeah.
Yo soy un tigre.
Oh.
Oh.
Un tigre mañoso.
I'm Wilson.
Tell me
I'm the
more.
guy in charge of all the audio and stuff. So.
Oh, el engineer.
El ingeniero. El ingeniero.
El verdadero ingeniero.
¿Y tú? ¿Y tú que faltaste el primer video?
El que faltó, el número 5.
¿Cómo te llamas?
Yo, we got a fucking bad. Yo. My name is Manny.
Emmanuel.
Emmanuel. Wow.
Wow.
Una vaina así.
Pero dino. ¿Qué tú traes al show?
¿Cómo?
Yo traigo todo lo que tú quieras que yo traiga.
Oh,
así?
diablo.
¿Cómo así?
Rompiendo que ver.
Y después el próximo,
Hello, my name is Angel. I
el
am
Yanquita.
Mr. CEO.
the truth teller.
Oh.
All facts, no lies.
Oh.
All facts. Keep it.
All right, and I would consider myself the host. My name is Ellie.
Bueno, porque no había más gente.
What do you bring to-
Pero yo soy el que controla el show.
Oh.
By making sure that we stick to the top.
Okay.
Tú sabes.
¿Por qué tú no te pones los headphones que tú pones?
Porque eran demasiado cortico. All right, and we have next to us el profesor.
Yo soy Elvis.
El profesor más rico que tiene New Jersey.
El profesor.
Wow.
That's my gamer tag.
All right. So let's get into it. The first question I have for you guys: what do you consider machismo to be? No duren mucho.
Bueno. Está fuerte esa pregunta. Está fuerte. No, seriously though, I feel like machismo.
Ningún machismo. Machismo.
Maybe it could be like that old-fashioned men
Yeah.
go to work, women stay at the house, take care of the kids
Type deal.
mentality, as an example.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Like a home wife.
But do you think maybe a little bit of pridefulness? You know, the man controls everything, dominates. You know, I take care of everything. You stay back. I'm your protector type situation.
I was going to say it's like the show no emotion. Everything's good because you're the man of the house. So no matter what, todo está bien, you'll figure it out. No matter what's going through your head. And it's that mental health aspect that like nowadays is something important in our culture.
And I feel like even in the U.S., like if you think about it, like back in the day, like let's say like the 50s or like let's say like during like World War II, like the men would go to war, the women would stay at home and kind of do like their womanly duties.
But
For
I
example.
feel like machismo has gotten a bad picture because I feel like there's girls out there that feel like some machismo. They want a guy.
They want a provider.
They want a guy who's gonna take care of shit and like.
Pero-
But is that machismo or is that like costumbre ya?
Yeah, or is that?
I mean, that's kind of part of our culture.
yeah.
or is it more? Or is it more like?
Está en nuestra sangre.
Like what you're saying, que las mujeres quieren un hombre que le dé de todo. Is that more machismo or is it more just a preference for a woman that wants more of a provider versus just...
It's not. I don't think it's about darle de todo. I feel like hay mujeres que quieren un hombre que sea hombre, like take care of shit, like
Que no tenga emoción, que sea un hombre fuerte, que no... que you go to movies or something and he starts crying.
What?
Or
Little bitch.
Bro, there'll be some movies that do that to you though.
No, there are.
They are.
Explica, ¿no?
But
¿Cuál movie was it?
The Notebook.
Oh, yes,
Notebook?
I've never seen that. I'm not gonna lie.
I've seen
I
it.
put all
sad.
nighter,
That's a
bro. I
sad
started
ending,
watching that shit at 6 in the morning, bro.
Eso.
¿Qué tú estabas haciendo?
Tigre ahí que llora.
Oye, está el tigre, el gran tigre.
Wow.
Tigre.
No, pero el tigre.
Yo soy un tigre moderno.
Oh.
Wow.
Wow, fuerte.
Nah, bro, that movie does it to me, though.
No, I haven't seen it though.
No, I've seen it. It's a
You're not in love yet. That's the thing.
Oh,
¿Quién
dile.
dijo?
Shots fired.
de
¿Cómo
Dios,
así?
hombre de Dios.
¿Cómo
No
así?
conozco tan enamorado.
Oh,
Y de esa
okay.
película, bro.
No, that was a good movie though. That was a good movie. The Notebook.
Pero
But like, I feel like it's not about dale de todo. I feel it's like
I think machismo has to do with a lot with ego.
That's a
Yeah,
big
but
part.
I feel like-
If that man has a lot of ego, there's nothing you could tell him. That
Yeah.
I feel like there's a good part of machismo and there's also the bad part where like your shit don't stink type shit. Like you can never be wrong. Y toda esa mierda.
I think that's the thing. Is machismo a good thing or a bad thing?
it could be either or.
That's a good question. Is machismo a good thing or a bad thing?
It-
Some is that's what they want. They want somebody like, hey, I want.
Laying down pipe. That's it.
Nah,
No, it depends on the person though.
yeah,
think
because
so.
I'll be honest, like especially with like our men in our family, like back in the day, how they were always the provider, always the one, take care of the wife. Like for example, our grandfather, he literally was the man of the house. He went out, worked, brought the money in, took care of the kids financially, took care of his wife, took care of the household financially, and then the woman was at home. They never would work because at the end of the day, as a man back in the day, if your wife was working, you felt like you failed. Versus how now it is that you have a split home where
It's expensive.
both of the part. Well, yeah, it leads to that, but you also have that mindset that if your wife has to go out there and get a job while you're also working, it looks bad, especially back in those days. So
No, facts. I agree with that. Back in the day, yeah, for sure. I feel like now it's more accepted. Like,
You think because like more money, more machismo, low key?
Yo,
like if you're
somebody look up the definition.
I have it.
yeah, what is
I
that?
think
What is
I
it?
have it.
Te lo
All
busco.
right, déjame yo
No
buscarlo.
lo quiso decir.
And I was gonna ask, nowadays, you married fellas in the pod, how does it feel being married, having your spouse work? Is it like a pride thing, or is it like, it's better for us to have two incomes, especially in society nowadays, how everything's so expensive compared to when grandpa was, working and stuff.
You want to answer first, or should I go?
I'll go first. I mean, for me, I've seen so many bad things happening with like probably relationships with my family, whatever, like all the old heads. It's like I see what I don't want to be. So it's like
Likewise.
when I see that and I'm like, all right, I don't want to be that. Well, how can I be different? It's more of the partnership rather than just one person handling everything. So now currently it's like me. I don't want to say her name, but me and my wife.
Well, we said her name last week.
Oh, you're right. Me and Rosie. We whenever it comes to doing anything in the house, it's like we talk about it. It's not I do it or I need to do this, and you just handle the house.
No. For me, like,
I feel like that's how it should be.
yeah, like I don't mind. Like, I do not mind Millie working. We do everything 50-50, whether it's the bills, whatever. What I will say with the bills, I do cover most of the higher bills where,
De que tú eres rico, ¿no?
no, yo no soy rico. Es que
Hombre
we-
millonario.
es
Mira,
que
estoy
we-
combinado y todo, mira.
es que- no.
Mira, ve los headphones con el mic.
Combinado.
Toda la vaina.
Diablo, no me van a dejar hablar.
Ay, Dios
No me
mío.
van a dejar hablar.
Ni cuántos millones.
Estaba lejos.
No.
Oye, amigo
Llegó
de, Bill,
ayer.
amigo de Bill Gates.
Pero
Private
como estaba diciendo, es que para mí, as long as things get taken care of, I don't care who's doing what. But at the end of the day,
with that.
if I was to be able to provide and take care of my family where she doesn't have to work, I would prefer her being at home because that allows us and gives us a lot more flexibility to take care of Emmy, to do the things that we need to do around the house because we're both working, so it's very difficult. And life will be much better. And she says it herself. She's like, if you ever get to the point where you're making enough and we feel comfortable where one income is enough, she'll leave work.
Yeah, I feel like it's not a matter of like working or not working. I feel like because at the end of the day, you want your wife to do what makes her happy.
Yeah.
Right? So like if she, you know, I don't know, likes doing nails or like doing hair.
You
or
support
something,
it.
You support it, you know. Ya le gusta hacer eso. But like, yeah, I mean, I do wish, you know, that obviously I was like making shit ton of money and she didn't have to work. And
No, tú haces suficiente. Manejando un carro que te lleva a donde tú quieras. Sin tener que tocar what is it?
El guía.
El guía.
Sí.
Dilo.
Sigan ahí.
No, fuiste tú.
Yo lo voy a agarrar así.
Hey, lo decimos. Mister.
Dilo.
Mister.
No lo digan.
Mister.
No lo digan.
Ok.
Después me, tú sabes.
Oh, ya lo cogí.
No.
Nah.
Yo estaba hablando de Mr. Tesla.
Tú ves.
No. Oh,
Ya
yo
lo dije,
pensaba
ya
que era el
lo dije,
otro.
Ya lo dije.
¿Qué? What? BMW?
No.
Oh.
Mr.
What?
C.
No, I don't get it yet.
Wow. Oh, wow.
Say the university.
Oh.
No.
Nah. That
She's watching.
Nonetheless.
Mr. Tesla,
No.
Mr. Tesla.
Man, Mr. Tesla. There we
Mr.
go.
Tesla.
Mr. Tesla.
No, but I feel like if she likes to do something, I'll support it. You know, obviously, I don't want the ideal in an ideal scenario. I want her like, you know, I'm the provider. And that's that type of mentality that I feel like I don't feel like it's just us. I feel like it's everybody. I feel like every man has that. Well, I'm not gonna say every man. Most men
Most.
have that mentality where like they're bred to be like the provider. They're bred to be the go-getter, to go out there and get shit done for the house, get the money, make sure everything's right, and then
I feel like that's a big part of our culture also.
no
Like,
facts for sure. I feel like
Not
that's
for nothing, but growing up, you always seen the father figure go out, work, pay the bills. A lot of the times, you know, the mother figure in the house would have no idea where to pay the bills or whatever the case, you know what I mean? But you also see, like, if you had friends and stuff with single mothers, they had to be the one in the house
Take
doing
care
all
of
that.
everything.
This is where you put the machismo question like out there. Would y'all be the stay-home dad?
Yeah.
If,
Hands down.
I mean,
If
If everything's being taken care of, it, you know, there's enough money.
I
and
have-
everything. Would you be the stay-home dad?
I have no issue being the stay-at-home dad.
bueno.
Bro,
I think that's a conversation. That's a conversation for like me to have with my wife.
Everything's being taken care of. You don't have to worry about money. The
The
house is taken care of. All you got to do is just. She's making the bread. She's making the bread.
If she's the one making the bread, I don't think it's my call. Of like, you know,
But it kind of is your call because
it-
No, no, it has
you can still work if your wife is making more than you.
but that's the thing. Like, it's a conversation.
It's
that
a
you
conversation
have
to have between the two.
Yeah.
I don't think you can decide it by yourself. Like, oh, I'm just not gonna go. I'm not gonna go to work.
I got a
Yeah.
question. If because this bothers some people. Like, if your wife makes more than you, like, does it
I
make
have
you feel like?
no issue.
Bruh,
I feel like
somebody's got to make more.
There's some people that kind of like.
Oh,
feel
that they want.
But
to,
also, like, does it make her like feel like she's more like controlling because she has that power, or like whoever makes more money
If
has
you-
like more power?
well,
in
no,
feel
terms
like-
of-
if you
like-
pick the right partner, I don't
Yeah.
think.
Yeah, I don't think that would be an
the
issue.
case.
if you pick the right partner, I feel like
And if you have a
be a
partner, and if you have a partner that just because they make more than you feels that they're in control, you might want
to look at another partner.
That's machismo right there.
reconsider.
All right, so just to go back to the what is machismo? Machismo is a cultural attitude or belief, value, traditional ideas of male strength, dominance, masculinity, often to the point of accepting men to be aggressive, controlling, or emotionally tough. It can involve a sense of male superiority over women and pressure for men to act manly according to strict standards.
Basically, los hombres no lloran.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just about to say, like, that reminds me, you know,
Los hombres no
like
lloran.
when kids fall cuando son chiquitos.
Y malos.
Yeah, for the boys, you fall. Tú no te hiciste nada, párate de ahí. Eso
A
no
mí
es
me
nada.
daban ahí mismo arriba del golpe.
And if it's the girls, it's like, ay, mi amor, ven. Oh.
Yo iba,
Oh.
yo iba after school when I used to live in DR. Yo iba a una escuela, loco, de hacer
Dilo,
tarea.
dilo en español.
Yo, verdad, espérate. Me switch it up. Switch the disc up. Yo iba a una escuela para hacer tarea. Y,
Una sala de tarea.
ajá, y yo no sé lo que estaba haciendo, no me acuerdo. Una profesora me agarró con una tabla, lo que tenía un clavo, y me dio entre la costilla.
Con una tabla.
¿Y qué fue lo que tú hiciste?
No me acuerdo.
Una tabla con clavo.
No me acuerdo. Pero esa vaina me dolió. Y yo me tuve que
Callado.
aguantar.
Calladito.
Shit.
Ni una lágrima que te salga.
Nada, yo soy un hombre. Yo no lloro, coño.
No.
Pero
lo,
con el golpe en la costilla.
lo que yo he visto mucho en la cultura hispana, los hombres no pueden tener emociones. Tú no puedes decir, ay, yo estoy triste, me siento depressed o algo así. Porque,
Mira, carajo, póngase a rezar.
ajá. O ponte a limpiar,
depresión,
ponte a
¿qué es
limpiar,
eso?
ponte a
I feel like
limpiar.
La presión
But I
cae.
feel like
¿Qué es eso?
that's more towards like the old heads. Like that's more.
That is.
Because like I feel like our generation, it's more
Yo.
acceptable.
I've
It's because we're soft.
I've only seen my dad cry once, and that's when his dad died.
Likewise.
I mean,
That was
yeah.
No, I've seen my dad cry twice, and that was for mama and for grandpa. And
Yeah,
outside of that man don't cry for shit.
I've seen my dad cry only for funerals.
I've seen your dad cry, and that shit was very awkward.
Didn't your dad cry at my wedding?
I wasn't there.
No, during
Yo
the
estaba acostado.
I don't know. I wasn't there.
reception.
He
I
wasn't there.
remember, I was on the Wild
picking up
Goose
stuff
Chase.
for you guys.
Nah, but you made it for the reception.
Nah, he wasn't there.
For the
Not
reception.
at the beginning.
No, I think he cried during the reception.
No, I thought it was during the wedding, like the ceremony.
You know so.
Because I think my sister told me that he was crying like when you guys were doing your vows or whenever you guys said I don't know. I wasn't there though, so I can't confirm.
Bueno,
Una vaina hermosa de lo que pasó.
I'll be very honest with you. I am una de esas personas que la emociones mías yo no la dejo salir mucho. A mí me dicen
Bueno, it takes the right person.
no, not even that.
It
Like
takes the right person. Like,
What, to get your emotions out?
yeah, because I don't do it with anybody.
no, pero
It's something with people you feel comfortable with.
Ni con mami a veces yo.
for example, in our family, I'm always looked at as the person que tú sabes deprimido, que no hablo con nadie because in all hindsight, I really don't like showing emotion to people like
He's
that. Like
Eeyore of the family.
pretty much.
The Winnie the Pooh character que siempre está
and it's not even,
depresivo.
and it's not even that. It's just that I've always kept to myself, so I don't know how to truly express myself to people outside of my general
Circle.
vicinity. So like Millie, she's seen me cry before. Like I'm joyous around them, but like outside of that, like I don't really know how to express myself that well around other people.
I feel like
Yep.
that's the big part, right? Like sometimes we just don't know how to say what we're feeling. We don't know that we're feeling what.
And you get
So
to
I got a
to a
question.
point where it just comes out too.
So wait, I got a question because my
Yo a veces
sister's...
exploto. Te jodió todo.
Oh no, that's another thing. Like when you get to that certain point, like
Oh,
I'm
no,
the
there's
type
a point where you just
Bro,
you have no, you can't help it.
I kid you not. Like when I'm extremely mad, like I get to the point where I can't even talk because I get choked up.
Gagueando.
Yeah, like bro, y la lágrima, and I'm just sitting there like, bro, I sound like a pussy. Like be a man.
Yeah.
But that's the problem. Like we always feel that if we show emotion, like I'm lesser than.
So wait, I got a
I
question
feel like
because my
you were
sisters,
raised that way. I feel like the way.
my sisters always bring this up to me, and it's about therapy, right?
I'm not doing that shit, bro. I'm not.
So
doing
that's
that shit.
that's exactly what I was going to ask.
I've
Are you-
thought of-
are you
fui una vez, loco.
are you guys open to
Never.
doing
That's a waste of money right there. bro.
therapy?
I've
Nah.
thought,
Why or why not?
That's a waste. Of
I've thought about it in the past, and then
I'll go for a run.
I just feel that if I do it and I tell people like, yo, I've been to therapy, they're gonna be like, yo, ¿qué diablo le está pasando a este tipo? ¿Está loco, okay.
I mean,
No, I feel like I've been under a lot of stressful situations, and at least what works for me anyway. I just do a lot like breathing exercises, and that really.
Esa vaina no me ayuda.
Here's my thing.
Yeah.
I don't think enough in my head to get to that point.
I do. I
What do you
overthink
mean?
everything.
Like,
Yo, I have to.
I mean,
like, you know, like there's people that have a lot of thoughts in their head.
They
I
overthink.
don't have any.
You're just straight to the point.
I can't be like that. I'm sorry. I have a lot of thoughts in my
Like the
head.
other day,
overthinking.
bro, I left my keys in my car, and I noticed like in the middle of the day, yo, relajado.
Nah.
Like I know my
mean,
keys are either lost
Una vez
or
por
they're in
eso me
my car.
roban un radio de un carro. Cuando salgo del trabajo, pero ¿y qué?
Diablo.
Yo fui a prender el radio y no estaba ahí. ¿Qué es esto?
Nah, bro, I left my key in the ignition the whole day. Y yo me di cuenta in the middle of the day at work, and I'm like, yo, where the fuck my keys at? Yo, that my car is either gone, my keys are either gone, or I'm good.
Okay, so my question is, at that point, right? What did you do? You went downstairs, or you just
I kept going the day like
and
it
you
was
just
nothing.
left your car like that with the
Yeah.
keys in it for
Yeah.
the rest of the day.
Yeah.
Tú eres un maldito loco.
Nah, but
Ningún
loco, un
maldito
loco y medio.
Because
Mucha
look, not for
confianza en la
nothing,
gente,
I'm not
tiene
gonna
mucha
stress about it.
confianza.
That's something about me. I'm not the type of person to like stressful situations. 9 times out of 10 don't really faze me like crazy. But I'm also no soy un maldito loco.
No, but you gotta think
yo,
about it, like-
en la situación
No.
tuya, yo voy whatever the hell I'm doing. I'm gonna go take a break, go down to my car. I'm gonna
AKA,
get my
'cause
keys.
your parking lot is
If my
right
car's
there.
go-
My
¿Y qué
parking
impo-
lot is mad
¿Y
fucking
qué importa?
Peor.
Él no quería caminar. Él no quería caminar.
No.
No quería
Usted
caminar.
lo que es un vago, un maldito vago.
Wilson dijo, bueno, me quitaron el carro, yo busco otro.
Oye,
Eso era.
Yeah,
You wanted,
that's
you wanted
simple, bro.
the insurance to cut you a check?
Nah, si me roban el carro, bro, that's a new opportunity for a new car. Let's be honest, bro.
Bro, I'm like the opposite. I like to overthink about a lot of stuff. That's why literally like in the group chat, whenever I text, it's just literally me just overthinking and just putting things like in
Just
my head
ranting.
without even like thinking about it sometimes.
Like-
and I feel like sometimes it's just better to just hear yourself speak out loud because then sometimes you're like, what the fuck am I even saying?
I do
Yeah,
like
facts.
saying things out loud. Like whenever I'm overthinking, but again, kind of like you, it's not towards everyone. It's to like my circle, my inner circle, right? I'll talk out whatever I'm going through. And like sometimes it's not even like I don't need your idea. I just need you to hear me out.
Yeah.
yeah, I don't need you to like give me your input.
But-
Nah, me pa' que me escuche so I can
Bueno.
get it off my chest. You know
Pero-
what I mean?
Hay situaciones que cuando tú piensas, déjame yo
Wow,
decir
en
algo.
español lo
Cállate.
dijiste.
Cuando tú dices, déjame yo decir algo, you revert back, you're like, damn, should I really mention this or do I feel like they'll judge me because
Nah, my inner circle,
No, bueno, yeah, for
that's
you.
the thing. Like, whoever I'm talking to is because I confide in that person and I know that they're not going to judge me whatever I say.
A lot of my shit too is, yo no quiero que nadie sepa lo mío.
That too.
Pero that's the thing. Like, okay, right, tú no quieres, because I'm like that. Yo no quiero que me sepan lo mío. Pero yo tengo un grupo de personas que yo confío for whatever, you know,
Yeah, you got your
whatever
your
it
inner
is.
circle.
Like, for you guys, I could tell you guys stuff that I'm not going to tell somebody else. Like, it could be a family member. I don't care. Like, I'm not going to tell Tia whatever I
¿Cómo
tell
que?
you guys.
¿Cómo que?
Like his crush.
Eso es tuyo, papá. Eso es tuyo.
Bomba'to.
No, pero...
Tírame una bomba.
Wait.
Esa era una bomba. Dame la otra más. Otra más.
Back and I get cheese. Back and I get cheese.
Ay, Dios. I forgot what I was talking about.
Your inner
La
circle.
novia, la novia.
Oh,
la
the inner
novia.
circle.
Eso es tuyo. Eso es tuyo.
No, de verdad, the inner circle thing, right? So, like, yo con ustedes puedo hablar de cosas. And I know you're not
Yeah.
going to judge me for it. Like, if anything,
Yo.
y'all going to make your jokes and whatever the hell.
I'm not going to say something I'm not going to say.
Y'all gonna
Dilo,
make it-
dilo,
y'all gonna make-
Dilo.
Pero van a dejar que yo hable.
No, déjalo. Habla.
La novia, la novia.
So, yo le voy a decir a ustedes, you know, cosas. I know you're going to make your jokes, whatever, but you guys aren't going to be the type of people to judge and, like, yeah, let the maldito.
I don't know.
Perfect
I just
example.
won't say it, but like,
Perfect example. Adivina. The
What?
car. Think about it.
What car?
My car.
Eso no lo sabía nadie.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
exactly. That's
the
it.
two different reactions.
Yeah,
and shit.
that's it. So that's what I mean. Like,
Was it
not
two
for
different
nothing. You guys are gonna. hear us out.
We're gonna
like,
talk
whatever.
our shit and still listen and not judge.
And it's not judging. You're gonna talk your shit. If you gotta tell me something, you're gonna tell me something. But it's not gonna be like, oh, un gran misterio. Oh, esto. Nah, you're gonna tell me shit how it is, and then we move on.
And it's also good because at least with Eddie and Manny, they're not that much older, but they're a good amount that like at least like stuff that we may be facing, they probably may have faced in the past.
Which makes it easier.
You may be thinking, damn, like am I the only one that like faces this? And then like I'll say something, and then Eddie and Manny will talk about like something in their past, and like okay, see, it's
Like that one experience you had the other day?
Yeah.
Matter of fact, go ahead. No.
Mute the mic.
No, we say that for later.
But do you guys think that this new generation of like men have gotten soft or?
Honestly, I don't think it's necessarily gotten soft. I think it's just they're more in tune with their emotions and they're able to handle stuff better.
Here's a
like where we might hide our things, we don't want people to know it. Cause I know all of us, we're like that. No por nada. That's why we get along so well. Cause we have similar personalities in that way. They don't really care. Like, and I'll say that because of, I have a lot of experience with this younger generation. They really don't care. Like, a ellos no le importa. They're very quick to say whatever's on their mind. They don't care what the consequences. And sometimes that's their mistakes, where they don't think about consequences before they say stuff.
I can't do that, bro. Like, there's people that say shit, and to me, I find it like offensive to the people who they're saying it to, and I'm like, bro, how the hell can you say that shit to them? But they don't care. They don't see it. They don't see it as a problem at all. I'm
Es
like,
lo que
bro,
te digo. A veces hay cosas que ellos no piensan. And for me and you, it's like, hey, that's not a joke, or that's not, you know what I mean?
A lot of things about people nowadays too, they're very individualistic. They just think about themselves.
Yeah,
that's true.
Probably with social media too.
Yeah.
They only show you one side.
So like the conversation we just had, we talk about a partnership and like us and our spouse. People now, they just think about what I want.
Yeah.
Me.
And that's the problem.
What can I get from you
Yeah.
to make my life better?
And how do I know you're not gonna fuck me over?
Yeah.
And that's the thing. That's why now, like, dating nowadays is very different than what dating was back when our parents were dating. And
It's
stuff
probably
like
because social media, because back then you probably had to like go up to someone, like actually have a conversation.
Exactly.
Now you really don't even have to.
Now you just slide in the
social
DM.
media. No, not even that.
Say some bullshit.
You know the people that you see on social media, bro. You see is like all the people, pretty much. Like you see whoever you want.
But I feel
so
like
it's like
I feel like that's part of the problem. I feel like people think what you see in social media is real life.
Real life is,
Exactly.
And it's not real life at all.
It's
Like,
not.
There's people like there's so many like tricks that people do to make it seem like they're all that and they're like,
Bro, it's not even that. I look at it from the point of view of like me. I have social media. I use it. What do I post? Whenever I'm on vacation.
Bro,
or whenever I'm doing
me
something.
I'm like the opposite.
No cuando yo trabajo. When I'm working, what am I going to post? My job? What I'm
I
doing?
don't-
Bro, I
I'm
rarely
not
even
going to,
post.
nobody
Like,
does that.
If I even go on vacation, like I won't even post. And
Yeah.
then, like, oh yeah, I was
Yo.
away, and you know.
yo pongo
I'll
foto
post-
porque la mujer
bro.
mía me dice que ponga foto.
No, I get
That's
Yo,
bro.
yo, facts.
Y tú no
Eli
vas a subir
someone-
foto. Y tú no vas a subir
¿Quién?
foto.
Eli nunca sube foto.
a
La que
story.
sube foto es Millie and he reposts.
That's it.
No,
That's it.
every single time.
Bro.
Every time I be dying, son.
Back when I was single and I would go anywhere, I would post 2 photos.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Pero,
Para mantener el Instagram abierto.
bro, my
But you know, there's no
face,
point in me having it.
my Facebook is literally me posting memes. That was my Instagram back in the day too. Like I would post as just memes. I don't like people in my life or people knowing what I'm doing.
And I feel like they don't get that.
They don't.
They don't get that. They feel like when I tell my wife like, just enjoy the fucking moment. And she got mad at me, like not mad at me, but like she got like upset. I'm like, she wanted to take pictures because that's her way.
That's their way of saying like I was here.
Yeah, and it took me a while to understand it and accept it. Because like to me, I'm just enjoying the moment.
Facts.
Yeah. But
Leaving the moment. But then this fucking Bad Bunny album came out. Debí tirar más foto. I was like, oh shit.
Déjame yo empezar a tirar más fotos.
Qué maldita vaina, loco. And now she's taking pictures everywhere. But I accept
That's something that mommy says a lot though, like, cause she's realized through the years that we don't take as many pictures, like whether the family, whatever, whenever we get together, we don't really take pictures like that.
Yeah.
And as people have passed away in the family, we've kind of realized it because when they pass away, you start looking at pictures and you're like, aha, mira esto. Así yo me recuerdo ese tiempo.
You know,
so then
I
she's
wish-
gotten more into the pictures.
I wish
now.
I had more pictures with my grandma and my grandpa. I wish I did. I don't have enough pictures.
Yeah,
I
likewise.
agree.
I don't have enough pictures. With
I have
and that really like
It
fucks me
affects.
up.
Yeah.
I have
really
I have solo pictures of them,
Yeah.
but not
But not
of me
you
with
together.
them.
Yeah, exactly.
And I wish that I did, especially like with Papa. Like I was living in the same house
Yo,
with him.
facts. Me too.
And like to this day, I tell myself, damn, I should have sat down with him and watched the Yankees game, even though I'm not a Yankees fan.
Nah, you're a Yankees fan. Stop fucking lying.
Here we go. Here we
¿Quieres que
go.
te eche el maldito vaso?
Imagínate que tú no te lo vas a beber.
Oye.
Ya, bueno, échaselo ya.
Una pregunta, honestamente. En los últimos 3 años, ¿a cuántos juegos de Boston tú has ido?
Ninguno, because no, mentira.
Espérate.
Contra ustedes, yeah, I've been to a few.
No. ¿Cuántos juegos de Boston usted ha ido?
Because none of y'all fuckers want to go with me.
¿Cuántos juegos de Boston? I'm pretty sure I said in the group chat, let's make the trip
Yeah,
to
we should make a
Fenway.
trip.
Pero el primero, yo no voy para allá, yo no voy para ese
Ay, tú
maldito
lo crees,
estadio.
David, tú lo crees,
Eso
David.
asqueroso.
How many games?
None.
Honestly,
None.
none. How many Yankees games have you gone to?
Because they're close.
Yeah, but
I've
you
been
watch-
to the
that
That
Mets.
wasn't the
Team, though.
question. That wasn't
Huh?
the
You
question.
go to Yankee Stadium, you watch your team. You're not watching
Yeah,
the
I go watch a baseball game. I don't watch the Yankees. I don't give a damn about them.
Nah, you watch the Yankees. You got yes now.
Oh,
He got the Yes Network Plus.
¿y qué no tiene ese canal?
He got the Gotham
The
app.
subscription service.
Eso.
So answer my
get the inside
question.
look.
Eso.
You've gone on a road trip to go visit other stadiums.
You're right, but that was
Yeah.
that was the thing that we're doing,
was
where
lit.
we're visiting
That
every
was
single
lit.
stadium.
Yeah, we visited the
I've
stadium. We
definitely-
didn't really watch
Yeah.
it.
I've
right.
definitely been to more Yankees
casi me
games than
dormí
other
en uno,
stadiums.
But I've been.
All of them. All of them. All of them.
Yo, no,
All of
es
them.
verdad, en
Yo
todito, en
hacía una
todito,
de esto, yo hacía esto.
en todito
man,
te echamos
no.
la pavita.
I've been to different stadiums, but once again, Yankee Stadium and Shea Stadium, City Field are the
Respeto,
closest
más
stadiums,
respeto.
so I go to them. Pero no. So go.
He's a Yankees fan.
We're a little bit off topic.
What was the topic?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yankees podcast.
Yeah, thank you.
Yankees podcast.
Bueno,
it was
sucio.
what makes this new generation soft. I feel that nowadays,
So y'all saying that this new generation is soft?
hands
But are
down.
we a part of the new generation or no?
We're kind of mixed.
We're kinda-
into
we're not
We're in
that- we're not
between.
that old,
We're
though.
I feel like we're in
technically, if we
between.
go the technical route, we are. But if we go into like how we are as people, we're in between.
Don't the
Yeah,
kids call
we're-
you Unc?
Yes.
You old, bro. You old. You're old.
Because like, we're still like, we still
even
like, you can
old.
still like relate to them in a way though. Like, you're not like
Nah,
so far
it's
off.
because we're in
that
the
you don't
middle.
know
We're
what's
literally
going
right in
on.
the middle. We got to experience the playing outside,
Like, yeah.
the going inside when the lights turn on, when the street lights come on. But we also got to experience the PSPs, the PlayStation, the staying inside. You know what I mean?
social
Even the
media.
social media, because I know like with
And the
TikTok,
social
you
media.
mentioned you like. In all honesty, I feel like a lot of us don't get it, but you know what it is and like what it's for.
Bro,
But we're not,
I'll
like,
be
so
honest,
Far off that we're like, yo, this
That's
is, like,
why I say like I'm in between. I don't have TikTok.
So for
me
perfect,
neither.
perfect example, like yesterday, I sent the text to you guys when I was waiting in the airport. There was this girl,
doing something.
literally no. So there was two. It was a girl, and then there was a group of girls.
What they doing?
Lo grabaste,
The
lo
first,
grabaste, lo
no, I
grabaste.
didn't.
Yeah.
The first,
Es
I'm
que
not
él
gonna
no,
do that.
él no
I'm not
par-
gonna-
él no es parte de esta nueva generación
I'm
para
not
estar
gonna do that.
grabando.
Pavela.
I was just sitting there and I'm just looking at them and I'm like,
that's
bro,
so
this shit
cringe.
is so cringe.
Yeah,
Pero
bro. I
pa
can't do
ellos
that
es
shit,
normal.
I
Do
can't
like
do
this,
I
like-
can't do that shit. They can put myself in the middle of a public place and
But
start
it's
doing
just
some random
weird
thing.
though. Like they be
Bro,
having like lyrics and they're saying something else.
Yeah.
Bro, like, what is going on?
Listen,
like, what is
I don't
this?
even pay. My thing is, I like,
Or like the
yo
dances, like,
mentalmente, I cannot stop in the middle of a public
I can't
place
do
to
that
do some
shit, bro. I
stupid
can't do
fucking dance. That's
You don't
not
bust
me,
it.
I don't get how people get famous off. It's literally just you just dancing over like.
bro. This
They just do
generation
a
is
trend,
different.
and then they just do the dance.
Like
This
a catchy
generation
song
is
with, like,
different.
beats and, yeah. Do
So
a dance on it.
para
Le-
usted,
Que yo le haga eso frente de papá. Ay,
but
mira muchacho, ¿qué es lo que tú estás haciendo? Literally.
Entiéndate tú mismo, man.
So one thing that I asked to you guys earlier, as a man, now you see a lot more men getting manicures, pedicures, taking more care of themselves, grooming themselves a lot
Yeah.
more.
Mano de hombre.
Yeah.
Look at
Yo-
the calluses.
Yo
Wow.
te-
De hombre.
Bueno.
Who got calluses?
Eso de un hombre sucio.
Yo
Eso de un hombre
Yo iba a
sucio.
decir- yo iba a decir algo, pero no lo voy a decir.
Wait, what is that?
pero no, but pero I got this one from playing PlayStation. Vaina de
Como un hombre.
Como un hombre. Y no lloré.
5 horas.
8 horas, que 5.
That's MLB the show for you. Pero,
Quítale la bebida, quítale la bebida, quítasela, quítasela.
pero nah, in all seriousness, do you guys feel that now it's more acceptable for men to just be more metrosexual, where they're taking
The hell
more?
is metrosexual?
So
bro?
metrosexual is a man that takes good. So like you get manicures, you get pedicures. And you-
Enséñaselo. Enséñaselo.
Tan larga.
and like
Wow.
and like
Wow.
getting haircuts every week,
Bro,
dressing
I gotta
very
take-
nicely.
I gotta
Dinero
take care of
para esa
myself.
vaina.
I gotta
No
take-
cuarto para
No,
eso,
no,
de que
no, no.
every
I gotta
week.
take care of myself. What the hell?
No, but yeah,
What
you
do I
got
look
to.
like?
you
What do
got
I look
to.
like in the street con uña larga, todo fea, sin
Loco.
recortar, todo
Un corta uña te la corte y ya. ¿Pero qué?
No,
¿Pero qué
pero
es esto?
ajá.
Pero no.
Que tú tienes que andar los
Una
chinitos para que te
pregunta.
hagan las uñas.
No, chinito no.
Eso es.
Uña y qué más.
¿Dónde que tú vas?
Ella es dominicana.
Representando a la patria, Como debe de
Dominicana.
ser.
Pero
Nah, bro. Wait, hold on. I got a question.
go.
¿Cuánto tú pagas por la
When y'all
uña?
go to DR, y'all don't get your nails done?
No,
I do.
I
I do.
don't.
I do.
Bro,
I don't.
It's as awkward as it is having somebody touching my feet, but I have to, look
the
decent.
part, bro.
Y
What
más
the
que yo
hell?
voy para una playa, I'm not gonna be walking around with lizard feet.
But like, here's the thing: who's really looking at you?
That is.
it doesn't-
Everybody.
it's for myself. It's not even for,
Everybody.
it's not for
Thing,
people.
though, like,
It's
I
for
don't care. Nobody
myself.
looks at me.
Nobody-
Me importa,
Wait, hold
me
on.
importa.
All right. You guys say that
Importa,
you've never
man.
gotten your nails done, right?
Never.
I have.
All right.
I
You
have once.
Bro,
I don't-
Never.
the experience of when you get off that chair, like after you gotten your feet and
like,
everything
get me the
done,
fuck outta
yo,
here.
you feel good, bro.
looking
I
at-
got my eyebrows.
It's
done
like when you
once,
get a
and I was like,
cut.
never again.
Oh, I get
but
them
You don't
done.
get your barber
No.
don't do your eyebrows?
No.
I get them done
Hell
every time by my
no.
barber.
I do that.
Hell no.
Katanga.
Yes.
When you start doing little
Ricky.
things.
Fina, fina.
Bro,
And then he goes through the middle, the middle. Oh.
Le siento muy fina, le siento muy fina. Pégame más, pégame más, pégame más.
Oh, nah.
Man, that should be-
Nah, Wilson, you bugging. I'm sorry, bro. But
Nah, bro.
so
barber gotta do the full
everybody,
everything.
everything.
And
La
then
barba,
and in the back.
Yeah.
la eyebrow.
I feel dirty if you don't, man. I feel
Yo.
dirty.
You know it's a good haircut if it feels like you just hopped off like out of the shower.
Yeah.
That's how you know it's
Yeah.
a great
Yo, now the
haircut.
DR haircuts, I don't know what the hell they be using, but a mí me ponen una vaina, like, and they give me like a massage in the face, bro.
Él va a la
You
barbería
wake
de los
up-
ricos, porque yo he ido a la barbería allá.
Manny,
A mí no me hacen eso.
I don't cheat on my barber.
Allá.
I don't go to nobody else.
Oh, no, I have two
I've been
barbers.
with my
I have two
Cheated on their barber.
I have two
Yeah.
barbers.
Not I.
No, I
have two barbers.
Like you have two
Yeah.
teams.
No. I have two barbers. I have one barber here and one barber in DR.
Let's do it.
I've been with my barber for
Commitment.
10 plus
equipo.
years. 10 plus years. Same barber.
Bro, I've been I've been
10
going.
plus years,
Papá,
bro.
eso ustedes que van de vacaciones para DR for 2 weeks and don't need to get a haircut.
Es que
Qué
él va
rico.
por 2 o 3 meses.
I've been going out there for a month, bro. I need to have a barber out there. Y la recortan mí allá because it's so cheap.
And like
We
that.
not-
Twice a week.
We not rich
Twice a
enough
week.
for that.
no.
Twice a week.
Gacho.
Twice a week. Yeah.
What?
Yo,
En
I
la
could get.
casa.
Oh yeah, I could
Yeah,
get.
domicilio, voy para
Hear
la
me out.
casa.
I could get 3-4 cuts over there for the price of one over here.
Your face doesn't hurt.
Nah,
Face hurts for what?
I get a haircut every week.
Face hurts for
I
what?
can't do that shit.
I go every week.
Yo gasto mucho cuarto.
So I rotate. I get a haircut one week and then I edge up the next. I cannot look crazy. For me, like nowadays, taking care of yourself, it makes you feel good.
That's
as
what
a
I'm
man,
saying.
as
It's
a
not
man.
for other people. It's for myself.
Like even if you don't get a compliment from anybody, you feel good about yourself.
Definitely.
Bro, yeah, I can't lie.
I went to the barber last week. I was like, when
you got off.
I was like,
Thank you.
damn.
You be like,
Exactly.
diablo, coño, yo soy un papi chulo.
Me quitaste 10 años. Me
If you,
quitaste
do,
10 años.
if you do a little before and after picture, you'll be
Yo.
like, damn, all right, you look like a whole different man.
Bro, when I sit on the chair and he's getting ready, I look at myself in the mirror. I'm like, damn.
Damn.
I look like a fucking hobo.
Bro, honestly, that's how I feel about the gym. Like I'll get home like at 8 and I'll go to the gym like at 9:30 to like 11. And like even though like I'm tired,
Y tú
bro,
te sientes como un tigre.
bro, after that,
No, facts,
Lito,
yo, like,
lito.
like, damn,
Because
bro.
like you feel good after your
Shit.
workout. Though. You don't
Soy un
like,
monstruo.
you don't want to do it. You really don't.
bro,
wanna
but when
fucking
you do it, you're like, damn.
you feel good.
Me voy a tener que ir contigo para el gimnasio porque tengo que perder un par de
9 a
pesos.
11. De 9 a 11.
Tú tienes diciendo
Todo el
eso.
tiempo.
Tú tienes 2 años
Es que
diciendo
yo no, es que no tengo tiempo, no tengo tiempo.
No tiene tiempo.
Pero tiene tiempo para practicar.
¡Está clavado! ¡Está clavado!
Damn, Saturdays are not for,
Es
are
que,
for the podcast.
it's because I'm motivated and I'm
Oh, so what
committed
you're
to this
saying is you're
podcast.
not motivated to go
Hell
to the
no.
gym.
But one of these days, I'm gonna end up going.
From 9 to 11.
A few moments later.
Yeah, I gotta hear this.
Nah. But would y'all think that the older generation would accept this new generation's way of doing things, especially for men? Because I know in our generation, I know a few of our uncles that would look at it as more of being soft for a guy to, get manicures.
Well, the crazy part, my
pedicures.
dad would literally get that when I was mad young, so that was kind of like normal for
I was
me.
gonna say it's for us.
Yeah,
it
I was
hasn't
gonna
really
say.
been that weird. Like my dad gets manicures and pedicures when he in DR. Like no algo tan out of the like.
No,
And
but
in this way, I'm speaking about Dominican men because I can't speak for every other type of man. But Dominican men, eso de ir a hacerse las uñas, your nails done, everything, barbershop, haircut. That's normal. That's been a thing for us since I could ever remember. You know what I mean? Like that's not nothing new.
Yeah.
No, but you will have some of those older men look at the younger guys like, este maricón.
That's me right there.
Like, you
You ever shake like a man's hand and it's mad soft?
Oh, yeah.
And be like, what the fuck?
La mía.
But
Yo me pongo crema en la mano todos los días.
If I shake a man's hand
Oh, wow.
and it doesn't feel like sandpaper,
Es que trabajo.
Hell no, bro. What the hell?
Bro, yo,
¿Quién?
Wilson tiene que hacer, si el tipo no te da una galleta y no te corta, esa mano no es de hombre. Si el tipo no te da una galleta y te corta la cara con la mano,
Bro,
esa mano no es de hombre. Damn.
Bro, I'm the opposite. Especially at work, if I meet somebody and I shake their hand, I literally look to see if it's like a hand paper. Like I have lotion just in case, just to make sure like it doesn't like feel rough at all or anything. But that's just me though. I
Bro,
don't
it's
think
because you gotta take care of yourself. Not no
you do.
fucking sandpaper.
like sandpaper.
Diablo, pero coño.
Like damn.
Tiene que tener sucio la mano,
Yo-
pa.
yeah, dirt under the nails too.
Es un hombre de verdad.
Oh my God. No, Wilson mínimo. Estamos trabajando en el campo,
tigre y
sembrando
mañoso.
plata
but
y vaina.
I do have like that old school mentality on some parts though, because like I'm a guy that loves working with his hands. So like I don't give a fuck what my hands look like.
Yo te
Okay,
digo-
but wait.
Wait,
Dale.
can I say-
Go ahead.
Yo soy un hombre moderno. A mí me gusta trabajar en una oficina. No me ponga a estar di que levantando madera y nada de esa vaina. Yo no.
Nah, I'm not gonna lie. I like working with my hands, but it's not that I would like give up my job to work with my hands.
I would.
And
100%.
No, but hear me out. Like for
Yeah,
me,
I would
I like to do it as a hobby, but not as
It's very rewarding.
not as a job.
Yeah,
I'm
at this point, as long as I get paid.
I'm
As
just
long
so
as I get
lazy. I'm like,
paid,
fuck
brother.
this shit.
As long as you get
The worst thing
paid.
I'm gonna get is a carpal tunnel.
Yeah.
My head is like, diablo.
Un dolorcito en la espalda.
2 semanas, 2 semanas. Yeah, soy hombre. Wow. 2 semanas.
Here's the thing: work with your hands. Work with your hands. Don't pay as much as work in an office. to be honest,
No.
That's the thing.
Hay algunos trabajos que
The
pagan
only,
bien.
bro,
What's
lo
your-
único
what's your-
trabajo
what-
with your hands que pagan bien son like the construction type.
Yeah.
Plumbing, electricity. Pero
Yeah.
dime tú, un farmer, ponte a sembrar de vaina, a ver si te va a pagar lo que
No,
tú
hay
estás
algunos,
ganando.
hay algunos que ganan
Papá,
mucho dinero.
no.
Si tú,
no.
si tú vendes marihuana.
Ya yo veo que te quiere que nos cancelen a nosotros.
But nah. Pero nah, do you guys think that this new generation is rewriting what?
I feel like every generation does that though.
I feel
No,
I feel
no,
it's
like-
it
I
changes
agree,
slightly.
I
Like
agree.
what-
It changes
like-
slightly, but this
Not the
generation
same.
is different. Like, take it from me, this generation is different. I don't know what this generation will do in the next 10 to 15 years. Like, it could either be really good, whatever they end up doing, because here's the thing with them. They lack motivation to do most
That
things.
is true, honestly.
But when they set their minds to something,
They do.
they don't care what it is that's in front of them. They're gonna run through a brick wall and they're gonna do it.
Isn't that anybody though?
No, this generation is
I
different.
don't know. I feel like
This generation is different. Y
Nah,
yo lo digo por mí. Ustedes saben la línea de trabajo que yo tengo.
¿Y cuál es?
Bueno, dilo.
La línea de trabajo que yo
Dilo,
tengo.
no tengas vergüenza. Nosotros sabemos que tú eres rico.
Wow.
Profe.
El más pobre aquí soy yo.
Esta
Vamos a ser
cadena, Dios mío.
honestos.
Wow.
Vamos a ser honestos. No, pero
Santo
you know,
padre.
as someone that does deal with this younger generation, I
Ya
get
te
to
lo
see
dijiste ya, me lo
I get to see hands on what they're like. And yes, they are lazy, like I said. Pero cuando ellos deciden hacer algo because they think there's injustice or whatever, like whatever it is.
ellos se ponen para eso.
Ellos se ponen para eso. Eso es algo que yo no puedo decir de la generación de nosotros.
No,
lamentablemente.
la
Because, look, I'm being honest. If we were like that as a generation.
But what do you mean by that exactly?
That's true, because everybody has their own priorities in terms of stuff that they care about. They may care about things that we don't really care about.
Okay, yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's only what they care about. Like
That's kind of very bad.
But no, as they grow up, they're gonna start caring about different things. Is what I'm saying. So I don't know.
But I feel like we were the same way when we were there.
No, we definitely were not.
We weren't as motivated as these kids
motivated.
now. Because I'll be honest with you. When I was growing up,
we didn't have social media. Like
No. Pero si tú me dices a mí que algo
viejo, coño.
No, que
No, espérate, escúchame to interrupt. I'm gonna give you one example.
Dale.
¿En qué generación tú has visto que después que alguien haga algo, they can get canceled in less than 24 hours?
But that's also because of social media, too.
But it doesn't matter.
But out of your house.
But
You
that's
can
what
propose something.
Pero es lo que yo le estoy diciendo. Cuando ellos se motivan para algo, sea porque es injusticia, por whatever the reason, and they put their heads to, oh, we're going to do this, we're going to
They're
get
not
this person.
stopping.
They're not stopping, bro. And they...
Exactly.
Yo,
Even if they're wrong.
all the videos of the Karens that lose their job because they blew up on someone... And then the next day, está la compañía de que, oh yeah, that person no longer works for us. We don't associate with their thoughts and beliefs. Bro, when the hell did you see that growing up?
Our generation le mete unos pecos ahí por ahí mismo se van.
No, exactamente. Y ya. Nosotros resaltamos la violencia. Esta gente no. Ellos son inteligentes. Ellos se van a, oh, está bien, tú hiciste eso. Look up this person. Anyone know this person? Oh, yeah, they are from here. Oh, they work for here. Y se fueron por ahí.
Yeah, I feel like that's social media, because I feel like that's old social media. Because like when we were growing up, yo, the shit that we would do and say, bro.
Yeah,
we would have all lost. Everyone would have lost their job. Because like the things that I heard growing up, like from different people, like on the street, not just people around me, bro.
But it's slowly coming back now, though.
What?
Yeah,
That attitude, like just saying what it's on. Like,
Fuck it.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
It is. A lot of people
To
nowadays.
some extent.
A lot of people.
Yo, I feel like
I
don't want to get in that water yet.
No.
No vamos a meter tan profundo.
No, yo lo voy a decir. Hay mucha gente en estos tiempos que ellos piensan que tienen el privilegio de decir lo que a ellos les dé la gana. No importa si lastiman a la próxima persona or if they're hurting themselves. They just say whatever they feel because they feel entitled.
there's something that Charlamagne
But then
says.
they won't accept
Somebody
else's opinion.
The feedback.
That differs from their.
The feedback.
It's something that Charlamagne says. He's like, freedom of speech is a thing. You can say whatever you want. Just be prepared
Prepare for the consequences.
Yeah.
Or,
Exactly.
for people not to agree with what you're saying.
Like, nobody's telling you can't say it. But if you do say it,
Be prepared.
Yeah.
Be prepared for that backhand that you might get. But like,
esa es la cosa. Mucha gente no. And I said that before. This is a generation that they don't think before they speak, and sometimes that can come to bite them when they say something that's out of pocket.
And I feel like they're more stubborn because sometimes they're like, we're right, you're wrong.
Yeah.
That's it. And it's like,
Yeah, but like, and the fucked up thing is like when you prove to them that they're wrong, they still won't accept the fact that they're wrong.
But that's the whole thing about like people just thinking about me.
yeah.
La peco saca rueda durísimo.
Pero do you guys think as men nowadays that
you know what I also think is too? Maybe because at least with this generation, at least like they're, let's say for example, like maybe even like their parents are like our age, for example. So you see that more common than you did in the past.
I mean,
you see a lot more men nowadays becoming grown before their time, especially with kids nowadays having kids at an early age, and they kind of, it's either you follow the environment that you grew up in and you lead by that example, because now I'll be very honest, nowadays you see a lot more guys having kids with girls and not wanting to take care of their kids versus back in the day, you get a girl pregnant, you getting married to her, and you have to take care of that family.
I can never do that though. I feel like I was raised in a way where, if you got somebody pregnant, you gotta take care of it.
Yeah,
that's something. All right.
I can never imagine like me like getting a girl pregnant and just not giving a fuck about the kid.
That's exactly why. So my parents are very big on the ya es tiempo de que tú me des nieto. And I'm like, bro, listen.
Jesus.
And they kind of say it in a joking way,
But they're serious.
but they're kind of serious. And I'm like, look, here's the thing, right?
That peer pressure.
Yo darte nieto es bien fácil. Because let's be honest,
Pero
it's
tener
easy.
una familia diferente.
Pero tener una familia, que es lo que ustedes me han enseñado,
Exacto.
es algo que se toma tiempo. Y no es una cosa que yo puedo, contigo, that's it, vamos.
You know what I think is too?
No, bro, you gotta make sure you think ahead. Is this the right person?
Porque no
to raise
solamente,
my,
no
our kids?
solamente, tú embarazaste a una muchacha.
It had to get in there.
Yeah. No, pero no solamente de que tú embarazaste a una muchacha, sino tú crías el hijo, la hija, crear una familia, una casa.
Bro, it's a commitment for 25 years.
El diablo, nada más 25.
No, like I'm saying, no,
After the 25, pa' afuera te
No
va.
lo quieres,
like
tú no lo quieres.
no, what I'm saying
Tienes que
is,
decirle que no a la tipa.
what I'm saying,
Tú tenías que decirle que no.
oye,
Que tú no podías meterte en ese problema.
cuando yo digo,
Parachute it, no.
Tú tenías que decirle que no. ¿Oíste? Dile que no a la droga.
yo,
Ley 4201.
eso de alcohol. No, pero cuando yo digo a commitment for 25 years, I mean like, bro, they're gonna be in your home for at least 25 years. Like, let's be
no.
realistic.
Get out of my house.
All right,
No,
bro.
mentira.
That's also true. Like now, I feel like nowadays, like at least like we see with our family, like in terms of like if they want you like to get with somebody, like you really don't know if you really love that person until like you really even like live with them. To be honest,
That's
a
the
whole
thing.
different life.
Fact.
That's
It's a whole different.
life.
It's a whole
Like,
different.
you can like
person.
hanging out with that person
Bro, you
and
live
going
with
out on
somebody,
dates,
bro.
but then when you start living with them,
Jesús.
like, y esta sucia.
So,
Y se baña. Y esta vaina.
so la,
¿Qué
pre-
es esto?
Y esta mano de handpaper.
Pero muchacha,
la,
De
pregu-
sandpaper.
la
ni lo
pregunta,
trate, lo va a fregar hoy, mija, por Dios.
la pregunta
Wow.
para ustedes, as far as
Lo friego
relationships,
una vez, pero diablo.
coño, con este tipo no se puede. La pregunta para
Tú
ustedes,
friegas en tu casa, tú friegas.
yo hago de todo en mi casa.
Oh, muchacho.
Oh.
Multiservice.
Yo cocino, limpio, frego, lavo la ropa.
Y'all know how to cook?
I do all that shit.
A little bit.
A little
really.
bit. Not gonna say like
So
I'm not even gonna ask Angel. I know he only knows how to
I mean,
eat.
think about it. I lived by myself for a while, so I mean,
he learned a little
Yeah.
bit.
¿Quién?
Fregué
uno se
fregué
defiende.
Él friega un huevito,
A uno no-
hace un arroz,
Mira,
unos
mira.
pancakes.
A uno no se le quema el agua. A uno se le
Like a nigga chase.
No, hay gente que se le quema el agua y se le quema.
Yo, si se te quema el agua.
nosotros.
Bueno.
All right, so I have this final question as far as relationships. When you're with a significant other, as a man, do you show affection in public?
Nope.
Or do you? Or are
No
you?
me toque.
No.
No me toque.
Wait.
¿Cómo
do
así,
you
vos?
In
say?
public, no.
Are you
No me
affectionate?
toques crazy.
Are you affectionate towards them, even in private? Say I love you and things like that with your kids and stuff like that, or are you more reserved because of the way that
Bro,
you were raised?
And in private, I'll lick her ear.
Oh, diablo.
Oh, fuck. Wait.
¿Cómo así?
Otra vez.
like, yeah.
Yo.
No. In public, bro. In public, no, don't touch
It
me.
is cringe too. It's
Don't
like, why are
touch
we
me.
holding hands?
Okay, wait, hold on.
All right, you can
Y'all
hold
got a
hands.
problem
No,
holding
no.
hands with your
No,
significant
but it's
other
like,
in
yo, you
public?
have to walk
No.
slower now.
You
and
know what's
this
funny?
and
You know
that.
what's
It's like,
funny?
I get sweaty hands, bro. My hands get sweaty, bro.
You know what's funny though? Like
Don't.
my wife is that way. She don't like when I kiss her in public and shit like that. In certain spots. Like it's, when we're in the
¿En cuál
supermarket.
parte?
When we're in the supermarket.
Oh.
We're in the supermarket.
Oh, en el supermarket.
That's what- Now you know for next time you got a butcher's outfit on. And,
Ya sabe, ya sabe.
Yo te traigo la compra, mami. Bro, no, but she don't like when I kiss her in public and shit like that. So she gets, le da vergüenza a veces. And I do this shit on purpose, just to fucking piss.
See, I don't mind being affectionate out in public. I don't really care because at the end of the day, that's my significant other. And if people don't fucking like it, they can suck a dick.
Oh,
No, but for me, it's not about that. It's
Okay.
like, I don't gotta like prove myself in front of people. It's just I don't like it. I don't like watching other people.
Yeah,
so like
me
I don't like
too.
doing it
I'm
myself.
the same, bro.
I don't mind.
There's a limit.
I think a little holding hands is fine. If you're doing a full-on makeout.
Oh,
in the
no, I
middle of
won't
the
do that.
mall,
I won't
like,
do that.
No,
I'll give you a kiss.
Yeah,
I'll hold your hand. I'll give you a
Yo,
hug.
in
Pero
public, in public, getting a side hug.
di
De que una
que-
chulea con lengua.
Yo.
Diablo.
Oh my
Y
God.
ellos encima de ti.
Oye,
De que tú
ayer,
sentas en una silla y ella se te viene y se sienta
Ayer-
encima.
Ayer le estaba
Más
entrando yo
respeto.
a un restaurante and in the parking lot there's this guy.
Se estaban comiendo.
Yo, loco, comiendo no. Eso estaban tragado adentro. Like, and I'm over here like, yo, y'all in the middle of a parking lot. Like, this is a public place.
Nah, bro.
So-
I can't do it.
Walked my ass into that restaurant so quick.
Eso mental, eso mental, eso mental.
Mental.
So, would you guys, let's say in the future when you do have kids, would you be willing to make a fool of yourself in public for your kids? Like, let's say, for instance,
I would.
you're at like at a party or something, and your kid says, "I want to dance."
I would.
That's no.
I mean, that's not making a
That's my
fool.
kid, though. That's my kid.
No, pero hay algunos hombres que dicen, "No, yo no voy a hacer esa vaina."
I'll
That's my
be
kid.
honest. Look, you can say all the shit you want. Now you can say you're not gonna do it, whatever. Hasta que usted no tenga un hijo, que usted
Yeah.
tenga esa situación, usted no sabe. Like, you could be the hardest man in the world. Nah, I'm a big, fucking strong man. I don't do that shit. I don't show emotions. Come this little kid,
Tipo fuerte.
and then you turn into the biggest fucking teddy
Soy
bear.
hombre.
Yo le digo la verdad. Para la
Like
hija
him,
mía,
oh yeah, I'll be honest. Him, right? Right there, our engineer.
ese va a ser
Ese
todo.
va a ser the biggest fucking softy that you guys
No,
will ever.
I'll say it. I'll say
ever
it now.
meet.
With the kids, it's different because the kids, like, that's part of you. That's you right there. That's like a mini you and mini, like, your wife, too. But
Bueno, si te lo dices.
no, like, I'll do, like, all that, like, kid stuff, like, embarrass myself in front of the kids. Like, I'll 100% fine with that.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I will make the biggest fool out of myself. Like, I'll be like, for instance, a few weeks ago, she was listening to her tablet and there was a song and she started dancing. She was like, "Daddy, dance with me." Bro, I busted out right in the supermarket, started dancing.
Oh, I would love to see that.
I didn't care not one bit.
What supermarket?
I'll roll around.
Lidl.
I need to go in there. What day was this?
No me
I'm about to
recuerdo.
pay,
I'm
I'm about to pay to get that tape.
I'm gonna get that tape. I'm gonna get that
Facts.
tape.
Facts. I
I'll-
can't imagine Ellie dancing in the middle of a fucking supermarket.
You say that about me, I'm like that with adults. But when I see some stupid adult, like, I'll say my, like, what's in my mind. This is the kids are like, I'll roll around in grass for them if I have to.
All right.
Yeah.
So
You don't believe me?
I feel like with kids it's different. I feel like kids, you no matter what they ask you to do, you're gonna do it. So
and would you guys be affectionate with your kids? That's another thing. That's a big issue with a lot of old school parents, that they don't show affection to their kids, which at the end of the day kind of translates to them when it's
Yeah.
their turn to
What's
be
affection?
I grew up in a very
like
affectionate household.
telling your kids you love them, give them hugs and things
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
like my dad was like, he's saying like his dad never told him that he loved him.
Bro, I tell my daughter every single day at least 100 times I love you.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't what I got when I was a kid.
My dad's never said it, but
You know that he does.
the way
Yeah,
he shows
shows
it is like, if we ever need anything, he's right there immediately.
Oh, nah. After growing up and my parents, being half in DR, half here, anytime we end the phone conversation is "I love you." Anytime we end the phone call, I could call them 10 times a day, and it's always "I love
I've
you."
never said that to
And
my
like
parents.
sometimes I be hanging up too
you know-
quickly,
you know,
and I leave
it's-
the "I love."
I never said that to her. Like it's weird.
It's just an awkward hug.
Yeah, I started like saying it now to like mommy and shit like that, but it feels weird.
Yeah.
Oh, nah.
I never used to say.
You give each other that awkward hug and be
like-
like, "Hiciste bien, hiciste bien."
I'll go up behind my mother. I hug my mother. I hug my dad. Like, I don't really care. Like I said, I grew up in an affectionate household. That's always been
Una casa de amor.
like
No, por
that's
eso.
something.
Wow.
That's something that I'm
Tú
gonna.
no se lo ves en la cara. Ese muchacho fue hecho con amor.
That's something. No, I will say, I'm thankful for
Esa
my parents.
sonrisa.
Dios
Esa sonrisa.
Diablo, gracias.
Que brilla.
$20,000, Dios mío. Wow.
But nah.
No, but I growing up in an affectionate household, and as I got older, I realized that not everyone had that, and it shows sometimes. Like some people, it shows that they didn't have that love growing up, so it's a little bit different.
I always-
I'm gonna be like that for my kids. Like I'm gonna be an affectionate father.
Definitely, and that's my biggest fear when it comes to like having kids. Like, ¿qué pasó, loco?
No, te estoy marcando. Dale.
Sigue.
Está marcando. Loco, no me marques, loco.
No,
No,
yo-
me marques. A mí no me está marcando, loco. A mí no me está marcando.
Está bien. Coge tu tiempo, porque
Sigue.
faltaste la semana pasada.
Es verdad.
Déjame tranquilo, déjame fluir.
Okay,
diablo.
I'm sorry.
Big words.
Nah, I feel like that's the biggest thing. Like, diablo, se me olvidó lo que iba a decir. Qué maldita vaina.
Having
Dilo.
kids, your kids.
Your kids
Growing
love.
up affectionate.
Yeah, I feel like. No, se me olvidó.
Bueno.
Espérate.
No, te llegó.
Espérate.
No, se me fue.
No. Like, okay, so like having kids, I feel like that's why you're like you have some fear to like have kids because you want to make sure that you can give them
Bro.
everything you didn't have.
I have beef with that.
I
have
agree
beef with that.
I agree with what you're gonna say.
Yeah,
Not everything.
Because I think
Then you're gonna spoil them.
that's been a problem.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Camina de la escuela. Yo no te voy a buscar hoy.
yo,
Camina
that's,
a pie.
El
that's
diablo.
no, pero es verdad.
Camina 2 millas.
Eso es un problema.
Fuck it.
Eso es un problema con
Fair
esta generación de padres that I've noticed. Sometimes you want to give your kids what you didn't have growing up, and I get that. Like I understand why you want to do that because
Yeah.
you want to give them what you didn't have. That's cool. Pero hay que mirar. Okay, maybe I didn't get the material things, but like la formación que me dieron mis padres, lo que ellos me enseñaron, our values, right? Los valores de la familia, eso es lo que cuenta.
For sure.
Y muchas veces nosotros nos equivocamos en que, vamos a darle a los hijos lo que yo no tenía when I grew up. Que PlayStation, que DOS, que whatever.
Nah.
You know,
I don't mean that.
that-
I mean like more emotional. Like
Yeah,
more like
Yo,
You
affectionate.
give them the emotional support that they need.
Yeah, like of course, like si él necesita algo, uno se lo va a comprar y vaina. But not like spoil it to the fact like, te compré un Mercedes, aquí está. ¡Fua! Mira, buen
Quisiera yo.
Yeah,
Quisiera yo.
I've always said
Honda Civic
when I have kids,
95.
facts. My kids,
Y
whenever,
mecánico para que
whenever
aprenda a
they
manejar.
whenever,
Bajando cambio.
whenever my kids get to the age where they're driving, they're getting a hoopty.
Bro, to be honest,
like they're
I
getting a
probably wouldn't
hoopty.
even get him a car. Be like, if I had to get it myself, you're gonna have to figure it out yourself as well.
Espérate.
I mean, that's different. I mean,
No, yeah, I feel like that's.
I mean,
because, like,
if you really
I had
want it, you could go
I
get
know
it.
Nobody like bought a car. Like when I bought my first car, like that shit. Like I had to like yo cogí one of my coworkers. Le cogí un préstamo, and I got some money together. It was like
also
it was
teaches
like
you
$2
stuff
grand. It
about
was like $2
life,
grand.
too.
But like for me then, it was a lot of money.
I'm gonna help my kids get a car. Like I won't pay for their car fully, but I'm gonna help them get a car. Like you're gonna get a job y tú vas a juntar. Papi, yo tengo
Lo que te falte,
$3,000.
te lo doy.
Ok.
100
Tú tienes
pesos.
$3,000. Yo
Y
te
mucho-
ayudo con
2,000.
algo para 2,000, 3,000.
¿Cuánto?
That's what my dad did.
Para comprarte un carrito. No es que tú te vas a comprar un carro del año.
No, yeah,
I'm not gonna help you with that.
You gotta bring them down to earth.
You
gotta
are
bring them down
getting
to
a
earth.
hoopty, and by a hoopty
Pa'
I
que
don't mean
empiece.
like I don't mean
Pa' que lo choque par de
pedazo-
veces,
Exact-
aprenda a manejar.
Exactamente, like something that's not
Claramente.
gonna hurt.
Yeah.
I don't mean like a car that's gonna give them problems, but I'm not getting them a brand new car. They're getting a car that
Fuck
it
out.
runs and is good.
Imagine the insurance on that shit. yo.
Exactly.
Bro, I look at it like this. With my kid,
O si no te da una bicicleta.
igual, or a little scooter.
Yeah. Pa' que esté en forma, pa' que esté en forma, mijo, pa' que esté en forma.
But in all seriousness, like with my kid, I've always said it that I'm willing to give you everything that you need, pero you have to work for it. If you don't show me results, I don't give you nothing.
Yeah.
It's a give and take.
I feel like
If you show up to my house, like for instance, you show up to my house with bad grades, you're not getting shit from me.
That's what my parents always like. Growing up, it was always as long as your grades are good, we're good. Whatever you need, we're here to.
We got you.
We got you.
Pero you can't be, a little stuck-up kid being mean to other people, doing bad shit, and I'm gonna reward you for it.
Hell
No, that's not how I roll.
I don't like that shit.
Te mando para Santo Domingo.
Nah,
Ve a hablar
bro.
con la vaca.
Bro, I wouldn't mind that right now. Si me manda. All right, so
Hincado
We're-
en carro, loco.
we're
No
almost at the
vaya.
end. We're gonna play a little lightning round game.
I
just-
no.
I just need-
a lot of editing here. A lot of editing.
Yeah. Vamos que a la de-
Vamos,
Whatever comes out of my
vamos.
head is just gonna.
That's fine. That's
Que
fine. All
tenemos que terminar.
right, I just need a yes or no from you guys.
Okay.
Would you cry at the movies?
Yes.
No. You say yes?
Yes. At the movies, yes.
So you wouldn't hold hands with your wife in public, but you're gonna cry at the fucking movies?
Yes.
Coño, pero es verdad que uno tiene que escuchar vaina.
Andrew, I didn't hear your response.
Probably won't.
You probably
Honestly, if there's someone else with me, like I probably won't cry.
Yeah, fuck that shit.
Not crying at no
Bro,
fucking
you-
movies.
Real quick, The Chosen, the show about Jesus and like when he was, it's pretty much like
Oh,
a Bible.
Netflix?
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that shit.
Bro,
Yeah.
tears.
Yeah.
Oh, I haven't seen it. I'm gonna have to look.
I ain't gonna lie. I get choked up during like like the kids animated movies like Coco. Bro, that shit had me in tears.
No,
Tears.
you know what? Did you see that?
Did you see Coco?
Tears, bro.
Yeah.
And you didn't cry?
No.
You're broken, bro.
Tú eres un demonio, tú eres un demonio. Eso es de familia. Una historia de familia, encontrando tu familia.
Yeah,
You know what,
crying
bro?
with Coco is crazy.
Bro.
Did I get a little
Bro.
like, oh, you know,
Misty
you
eye?
feel it?
Nah.
No, not misty eye, pero tú lo
Straight
sientes
tears,
como,
bro.
Yo, Pixar does this to you.
Yeah.
Eso.
Yeah.
Toy Story. Toy
I don't know. I
Story.
feel like I've been broken enough with like the Yankees that's what makes me cry.
Baboon, baboon.
That's what makes me cry.
Craftsman.
Bro,
Eso
that's
sucio.
what.
That fifth inning last year, Jesús. Ahí sí yo lloré como un niño. Ya pon el
cagaron.
teléfono. ¿Quién?
Te
El
cagaron
teléfono lo
ustedes,
puse yo en D&D.
Este-
No me jodan.
Este se
Al
desapareció
otro
por 3
día-
meses. No sabíamos si estaba vivo o muerto.
Al otro día tenía yo como 20 llamadas perdidas. Que primo, que tío, váyanse a la mierda. No me jodan.
All right.
Nah, bro, but like, no, sigue.
No, the next one. Coño.
Espérate, like one thing, like when it comes to like crying and shit, like I've come to realize, I don't cry to most shit, but like stuff that I realized that I've come to like get teary about is like shit that reminds me of my grandpa, my grandma,
Likewise.
Coco. Like shit like
Yeah.
that. No, like shows like about
on,
family
bro.
and like growing together and building something together from scratch, like that shit. Like, oh,
I will say, the shit that always gets me every single time. I don't know if you guys have ever seen The Fresh Prince, the episode where
with
his
the
dad
dad.
comes back.
Oh, yeah, and
bro,
Uncle Phil.
every fucking time, bro. I could be just watching just that clip, and I'm telling myself, I've watched it a million fucking times. Every fucking time. That
Yeah,
shit
that
gets
one
me
is
choked up.
yeah, that's a fucked up. That's a.
Is it because like you have more emotional?
It could be like
you know?
situations like that I could relate to.
Exactly.
Yo,
But
something that chokes me up too is like when it comes to my pridefulness for being Dominican.
yeah.
Oh yeah,
Bro, when there's like music, a movie scene, a video
Yeah.
or something, it's like, yeah, you feel that prideful.
yeah.
That pride.
Or
That's
like when
something
you
I've always
see,
been
or
very
like
proud
when
of.
you see a Dominican succeed at
Yeah,
something,
yeah.
and you start talking about it, you get choked up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, the next one.
This ain't much lightning, bro.
Yeah, there's not.
Yeah, we
It's,
talking. We
dale,
talking. We
dale,
talking. We
dale,
talking.
dale. Lightning.
Rápido.
Going to therapy.
No.
Would I ever go to therapy?
What is therapy?
Yeah, pero
what
¿qué
is
es
therapy?
Porque para mí, therapy es yo cogí, dar una vuelta ahí al block.
No,
Go for a run.
therapy.
With a therapist.
Going to therapy with a professional,
See, that's the
licensed
thing.
professional talking
you could
about
be
your
professional and licensed.
Tú tienes que especificar.
feelings. All right, that's for another day with Angel.
Yeah, let's
That's
leave that question.
All right.
Leave that question for episode 3.
All right, this one is important. Posting your girl on social media.
I don't even post myself. So I probably would
yeah,
Yeah, I already did that.
I'm
I
not
would.
really. I'm not much of a person to
did that.
post. I barely post myself.
say. That's true.
No,
honestly.
but
That's
do I have a problem with it? No. Am I gonna post like just a random girlfriend? No. Like it don't have to be my wife. Cuando yo me
Yeah,
case,
facts.
ustedes se van a enterar en social media.
All
That's the
right.
only girl I post.
Next one, changing diapers.
If I have to do it, I have
Yeah,
to
if
do
I have
it.
to do, I have to do it.
Yeah.
I'm dreading that day, bro.
All right, next one, group chat full of "I love you, bro" messages. Like between us.
No.
It's
No.
like
That's never happened, bro.
However,
Borracho.
I will say, there's a video circling around of this guy. He just comes up to the camera. He's like,
Oh, the
bro,
dad?
I know I haven't told you this in a long time, but I'm proud of you. I love you. Keep doing what you're doing. Like, you've been there for me when no one else was. Da, 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 da. A mí me han mandado ese video, and I will say, like, that's something that I will send out. Like, but it's not me de que escribiendo, I love you.
I feel like it's
Yeah.
implied in our
botón.
group chat,
Yo
to
le-
be honest.
Yo le puedo mandar un corazoncito y ya.
That one?
No,
Oh, my bad.
el otro.
No.
Esa.
No.
Be quiet.
He wants you to play the gay.
Oh, you don't think what's that?
Oh, pero ya tú sabías.
I feel like in our group chat it's implied though, because like for example, like when we like
We don't
argue-
say it, but we
Bro,
know.
no,
mean
no.
it.
We be
And
saying,
not
yo,
like
I'm
that,
proud
though.
of you.
Not like that, though,
Yeah.
but like when we argue, like they say about like sports.
Oh,
of
be an
different
angel.
teams.
That's just out of love. Like, that's just out of love. Yo te puedo mandar para el diablo,
Or
but I
like-
love you. And you know that.
Like I don't know if once a man and like seriously, or when he was like, oh, Eddie and Angel should like go into like a room.
And fight it out.
But at that same moment, we were literally on IG just sending us like memes.
Yo, we would come out of there cracking
Bro,
up
literally.
and talking about wrestling the whole
Bro,
entire
it's just-
time.
That's the thing with guys, though. Like, I don't know if you guys have seen the episode of New Girl where they do
Oh, it's a show. It's pretty funny. I know.
they hit themselves in the nuts. Like the guys, whenever they have a beef, they hit themselves in the nuts,
And they
then
just- and
that's
they
it.
just
It
dead
ends
it.
right there. Whereas the girls are passive aggressive y esa vaina sigue y se vuelve una
That is
montaña.
true.
And for us, it's just like, yo, fuck you. All right, we
then
cool.
we have more
Oh my
problems.
God.
You want to go get some
Yeah, we
food?
want to go girl.
I'm hungry. You
That's
wanna
it.
Think about it, you probably have more problems that are way more worrisome
Yeah,
than
you
a
know,
beef.
I feel like we girls worry about so many little fucking details.
They're too emotional. That's what it
Yeah,
is.
we don't give a fuck, bro. We don't give a fuck.
Hey, estamos hablando de machismo and holding our emotions. Maybe we do care and we just don't say it.
Yeah.
Bomba! Tírame la bomba! Tírame la bomba!
Otra más. All right. Well,
Ustedes
All
son
right.
unos sucios.
We gotta
we-
wrap it up.
we huh?
No more lightning?
Nah, no,
That's
no
it?
more like
That
that was it.
like-
That was
that
it.
like-
lasted
fue
like
eso.
mad long.
Yeah, yo
Alright.
creo
That's
que
like
iba a ser
thunder.
como...
Ajá, que ustedes
Y
ya
se
added
pregunta.
comments. Ya
Ustedes
added
demasiado.
comments. Bueno, thank you guys for joining us. This conversation was very insightful.
Yeah.
Clap
If you
it up,
like the
clap it up, clap it up.
content, please
Like-
like, share, subscribe, comment de toda esa vaina.
De toda esa vaina.
And if you
Sigan.
don't
allá,
like
dale
it,
pa'
tell us
allá.
what you don't like.
Yeah,
Exactly.
seriously.
We ain't changing shit though, just so you know.
Yeah, leave it in the comments.
No,
¿Qué te
lo
gusta, qué no te
cambiamos un ching
gusta?
porque nos dijeron que queríamos que habláramos en español. Y hablamos
bueno,
en
eso,
inglés.
okay.
Imagínate.
But nah, we
Tal vez
do,
cambiamos una cosita, pero váyansela.
we do
I'm
thank you guys
Tratamos de hablar
for...
un poquito español. Más español esta vez que la otra vez. Yo no estaba aquí.
But in all seriousness, we do thank you guys for the support that we've gotten, the
Facts,
positive
facts.
reviews.
Thank you so much, guys. Thank
and
you.
once-
Sponsor.
And once again,
Once
thank
again.
our sponsor, MUUV
Agua de
Hydration.
Alaska.
El diablo. Nah,
I don't know if
but
it's really from Alaska though.
nah. In all seriousness, thank you to our sponsors, MUUV Hydration. They sent us
Good, very good water.
Yeah, very good.
Recommend it.
But
Yeah.
thank you guys, and this has been
Bomba'to.